What's going on, guys? Zach Sharps of LugoGaming.com here with the biggest mistake that NCSoft can make by bringing Blade and Soul over here to the NA-EU regions discussion video. I wanted to discuss this with you guys for a little while, and it's been looming in my brain, the biggest mistake that they can make, bringing the highly anticipated martial arts style soft targeting action MMORPG over here to the North American EU regions. We've been anticipating this for a very long time, and finally we are going to be getting the game by the end of this year. That being said though, with this announcement also came a lot of questions, and the biggest two questions were, number one, what is the game's monetization system going to be like? Is it going to be free to play, pay to play, buy to play? And we got the answer for that. It's going to be free to play with an item mall that's very comparable to the Chinese servers item mall, as well as the Chinese servers VIP system, very comparable to that. That I'm fine with. I'm perfectly fine with that. Obviously, some people may not like their VIP tiering system. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But the second concern a lot of people had, and this is the biggest mistake that they can make, is not bringing over the most current content, the most current updates to Blade and Soul. And so when I was looking into this, I'm like, alright, well, I'm sure they probably addressed it in their live stream video about a month ago, right? And so I watched their live stream video, and one of the developers is like, oh yeah, we're bringing over the most up-to-date or close to the most up-to-date content that you've seen on the other servers. We're bringing that over here to the NA-EU regions. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then about a minute later, the next developer was like, oh, but we're gonna sort of gauge it in the closed beta and see how fast people burn through it. And I'm like, hypocrisy. So it's like, really, why would you go and say something and then turn around and say another thing? Don't you guys have a clear message here? And so that automatically concerned me. And then so as I looked into it more and I got into the details even further, it seems as if we're going to be getting the cap level of 45 up to Act 3 of the story content. So let me reiterate this. The cap level of Blade and Soul, the initial level cap, will be level 45, and the content will be capped story-wise at Act 3, with all the balance changes and skills included. Now, to most of you who don't really follow Blade and Soul, you may think, oh, well, that's not really a bad thing. It seems like that's a decent amount of content. It seems like it's going to be somewhat updated to the current servers that are over in the Asian market. But then if you go ahead and look even further and you do a quick Google search of what the current level cap is on the Chinese server, you see that during August, they were going to raise the level cap up to level 50. And guys, this is August 2014 that we're talking about. That's when this level cap raise was coming into effect. And you're thinking to yourself when you hear this, oh shit, that means that the content that we're going to be getting is going to be about a year plus old, over a year old. Because if you think about the fact that it's already almost August and we're not going to get the game until the end of the year, there's a huge aging gap that's in between there. Over an entire year worth of content we're not going to get if this information is accurate and if that's what they want to release to us over here in the US and EU regions. Does anyone else see a problem with this? I'm tired of Eastern market games coming over here to the US and EU regions being outdated, especially when a lot of the times in MMOs, actually pretty much 100% of the time, MMOs need to mature. MMOs need to mature in order to get up to the point where we think of them as great. And so a lot of the content updates that would probably make Blade and Soul go from a good game to a great game, we're not going to get them because NCSoft is either A, incompetent, or B, thinks you guys are so fucking pathetic in such a sheeple community that you're gonna bow your heads and just look up to your overlord and be like, oh, that's fine, at least we're finally getting the game. At least we're finally getting the game we waited 3 years for. I guess that's fine. It's pathetic. Why? I was thinking about giving them money. I was thinking like, okay, well, I'll probably give them about $60, buy a Founders Pack, whatnot, because I'm excited for this title. because it's finally coming over here. But the biggest thing that I was worried about is this particular matter, that they're not going to bring over the most up-to-date version of the game, and we're going to get shafted over here in the Western market once again. And it appears we are going to. That's insane. It's insanity, and I don't think that I can even think of spending money on this title anymore because they don't give me the most up-to-date version, and I'm sick and tired of these Eastern market games doing this to us because we are giving them the same monetary compensation that the other market is. It's not like we're not going to be spending money on this title. It's not like they're not going to make a shit ton of money off of this title over here. It's going to perform very well. We were mad that we had to deal with WildStar instead of Blade and Soul first. A lot of people wanted Blade and Soul first, but they're like, oh, let's throw WildStar out in first, a game that really no one cares about at all. It's pay to play, so it's going to fail. And look what it did. It failed. It failed miserably. Their financial chart literally looked like a complete spike up to about 2 million subs, all the way down to like nothing. I think they're maybe at like 200,000 subs right now. They are failing miserably. And now they're going free to play because they realized that, yeah, there was a decent amount of hype around this game at the beginning, but it really wasn't sustainable, and it wasn't really enough hype to keep people in the game long enough for us to update it and get content in to make this title mature into a mature MMO, which, like I said before, a lot of people like MMOs when they've been out for about a year or longer because it allows the game to mature, get some more content into it, get a lot more refinements into it, a lot more balancing tweaks, and make it the game that the developers envisioned from the start. And it's... I hate to say it, guys. I hate to say it, but if this doesn't kill your hype, I don't know which will for Blade and Soul. I really don't, because this type of stuff just kills my hype for the game. It does. And I'm tired of seeing this with Eastern market titles. I'm tired of developers being completely lazy and expecting consumers to just bend over and take it. I'm so tired of it. Anyways, guys, I will probably end up covering Blade and Soul. I'm not going to purchase a Founders Pack. I will at least try not to. If I do, I'll try and purchase the lowest cost one just to get into the beta to cover it for you guys, because it will be a good game. But it appears as though NCSoft doesn't care about being great publishers. They only care about being good ones. And they decided that they just want to be mediocre. That's really what it comes down to. They don't want to bring you the most up-to-date version of their game. They don't really want to bring you the most mature version of their game. They just want you to bend over and take what they give you, and it appears that that's what we're gonna have to deal with. It's what we're gonna have to deal with over here in the Western market. It's sad but true. And so, guys, if you guys want to check out some Blade and Soul content in the coming months, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also leave a like on this video if you agree with me about this particular matter. In the end, guys, my name is Zach Sharps, signing out until the next video. Follow me on Twitter at Zach Sharps and Facebook at Lugo Gaming, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time.